Okay, welcome back again to some more 0K Mayhem. It's going to be a big team game on the Xenolithic map, so yeah, interesting stuff indeed. Okay. Just talking about the funnel, I believe, there. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a odd-looking map, as you can see. It's essentially suited to bot play and to spider play. So I was surprised actually it was suitable for bot play, because I thought that these cliffs were basically insurmountable to bots, but apparently they are. It's just that some bots are going to have a hard time climbing over them. So yeah, what the hell, glaive attack, blah blah blah. So yeah, just talking about the funnel getting tweaked and all that. We'll just skip the pre-game chatter and get stuck straight into what we had. We'll get stuck straight into it. We had an attempted resignation for some reason. Didn't quite go through though, so we're going to have Tycel playing with spiders, myself Lightman with planes, Sandro with nothing, spiders for Kane, Firepluck, I think he said he's going to go for a Comnap, yep. And of course, Princey is going for Amphibs, because why not, eh? They're a type of bot, I guess, even if they are kind of slow. Anyway, we got left team consisting of Cobalt with spiders, George with shield bots, Karen Yo with jump jets, but hard to tell that bloody font, Klon with two commanders, because why not? He's going to be going for spiders with one of them, and the second one's not going to be doing much. We've got planes for Burp. And yeah, it looks like he's going to be my counterpart on the enemy team. So just zooming through with my little Swift, and yeah, he's going to be seeing everything. Good for him, pretty much. Now, what do you know? And as for opponent, yeah, he's well, I don't think he's actually really bothering to scout. There we go. Now he's going to possibly try scouting. I don't really know. At the very least, Klon is. At the very least, should I say, Klon is actually going to be scouting. With his flare, he's going to be detecting everything, maybe. But we got our own flares from Tycel, which are kind of grouped together. I'm not really sure why he's decided to do that right next to Lotus. Maybe that's intentional, I don't really know. Seems a bit strange, but what the hell. And not only that, we actually got a couple of flares coming in from Klon from the north, or to the north. And they might actually be able to do a bit of damage. This conch is completely undefended, and Klon should be able to see that pretty easily. And yep, he's actually going to go straight for the kill. Straight for the conch, and the conch is going to try to build a LLT, but it's not going to be built up in time. I don't think so. No, it's not. It's maybe it's going to be very close. Yeah, 92%, very close indeed. Well, should have defended that. At the very least, we do have a scallop coming in, so that's going to be barely enough to take out these fleas. But the fleas are going to be doing loads of damage to their costs, though. And yes, never stop making units. Damn straight. And I know that there are fleas there as well. Huzzah. Huzzah for them! They've won the internet. But anyway. So as for the air battle, it looks like my opponent does have a couple of his own hawks. Same with me. And as for myself, I've pretty much switched over to 4 hawks for every Swift. Oh, actually looks like we got a bit of a battle happening as well. So my own hawk looks like he did get caught out there, very unfortunate indeed, so lost 1 hawk essentially for nothing. Bit of a mistake on my behalf, and it looks like Burp switching over to bombers entirely actually. He thinks he's got the air superiority, and he does temporarily, so he's going to translate that to bombers. Has to be careful though, because every bomber that's made of course means another air subfighter that's not being made from him, and that I'm maybe going to be making. Which is exactly what I'm trying to do, trying to re-establish air superiority, or even just trying to establish it in the first place. We could do a bit more radar as well. We do have some radar here, but that's coincidental really. That's the the Weaver that is providing the radar rather than him actually building a radar. So if this thing gets taken out, bye-bye radar, to say the least. So we definitely do have a few radar blind spots like around here, and apparently no radar for the entire north as well, which kind of sucks to say the least. And only that, we got idle commanders as well, because why not, eh? Game just wouldn't be complete without that sort of stuff. Pyro did try to do a bit of damage. Well, 2 Pyros actually, yeah, didn't really do too much. Actually, I thought he said he was going for a Comnap, but no, it looks like Firepluck went for jump jets instead, not Well, actually, it is somewhat surprising. Usually, if he says he's going to do a comm nap, he's actually going to do one. But for some reason, not quite yet this time, though. Scalp, on the other hand, has seen some better days. Lotus is going to help take care of these Venoms, but another Venom does come in for Cobalt. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, whoops, I thought... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, Cobalt owns all of this, actually, so this was our Scallop coming in. It sucks to be him, to say the least. Ah, well, not to unexpected, unfortunately. And we've got a GG as well, because he's making a whole bunch of win gens, and that apparently is going to guarantee a win for us. Why not, eh? Well, as to what's happening on the other end of the map, we do have Venom Wars, which, as you can see, is really just a game of numbers mostly, and a bit of positioning, I suppose. These guys actually will be able to do a bit of damage, but unfortunately the bombers do come in, and they do actually manage to stun out one of the bombers, funnily enough, but not going to be enough. Got my own fighters coming in, and this time I've got the air superiority. And looks like I'm going to be putting it to good use, actually, trying to do as much damage as humanly possible, taking out all of the Swifts, basically managing to keep pretty much all my Swifts alive, actually, and, really, was I? Anyway, managing to keep pretty much all my Swifts alive. They could do a bit of repair, but nope, just going to continue flying forward, because why not, I guess. And not only that, I'm even going to be spotting the crowd being built up by Clone, and, yeah, mentioning next to my allies. And yeah, just continuing to shoot the crap out of it, just making sure that it doesn't really get built. So yeah, definitely air superiority going to me, huzzah. Not only that, we actually got Ravens that are just sitting on the ground. Thankfully my guys can target them, even if they are just on the ground, which is a bit silly. His crowd has been completely annihilated by looks of things. And yeah, down he goes, so sucks to be in. It was a bit of a matter of coincidence really, but what the hell. Coincidence or not, did a good job in taking him out, but hold the phone. We do have a bit of an attempted assault on the strong point that thingy-majiggy Karen Yo was trying to establish here. Combination of Venoms, Hermits, and Redbanks did manage to put an end to that. We did have an attempted Pyro trying to jump in, attempted defense by Pyro, should I say, by Karen Yo. Didn't quite work out. The Venoms did a great job stunning it out, and I believe we did catch a couple of shots by the Hermits on the Pyro, doing quite a bit of damage, basically destroying it, and yeah, there we go. It's basically what's going to be happening to the rest of these Pyros, unless if they manage to take out the Venom, which appears to be happening actually. Could do have a couple more riot units actually against these Pyros, to say the least. I mean, the Hermits aren't that horrible, but these Pyros, they're moving around, they're dodging shots. So yeah, basically put, you're going to need something a little bit more substantial, or rather not substantial, but we're going to need the right counter to these Pyros, to say the least. And there we go, there comes the counter in the form of the Redback, and we also got a couple more Venoms and such coming in as well. Huzzah, huzzah, there's some question marks around here, and with good reason actually. As you can see, this point is pretty heavily contested, but from what I can tell, it looks like it's mostly been won over by Cobalt, and he's got a nice little reclaim field to work with as well, actually. Definitely working out in his favour. And we've also got our own... actually, no, that's not our assault, that's an assault by Clone coming in, because why not? Actually, just having a look at what we've got for planes in general, looks like Burp is switching over to Cranes now. So he seems to have pretty much given up on air superiority. He's got the Hawks, and yeah, doesn't really have anything else. No bombers left. It looks like I blew them all up. He's actually only got one Hawk, in fact, and one bomber. There you go, one Raven, I suppose. Myself just indicating stuff, because why not, I guess. Maybe he'd indicate a radar, I'm not really too sure. Opponents do still have a pretty strong position, but, well, actually, no, the economy is relatively even as well, actually. We've definitely got the energy advantage, to say the least, but, apart from that, though, well, a slight metal advantage, but the opponents do have a slight military advantage and a massive defensive advantage, actually, so yeah, they're definitely going to be a bit of a tough nut to crack, to say the least, and welcome Commie Jesus. Also got thingy to expand on the top, put in some radar, because why not? Saying, please try to expand. Yeah, that would be a great idea, wouldn't it? And indeed, Link Eco, why not indeed? So I guess I'll be doing that as an air sup player, why not? Yeah, just going to be linking up there, and I'm pretty sure I'll be devoting one crane to linking up the other bases as well, actually. So good times indeed. Indeed. Not really sure what was happening there actually, but It looks like Princey is attempting to establish his own stronghold, and it appears to be working. He's got a Lotus, which actually could be a bit further forward than this radar tower, to say the least. But in any case, he's got a bit of a strong points going on. He's got a Grizzly, he's got Scallops, he's got it all actually. He's going to be vulnerable to skirmishers, but the Grizzly will do some damage against them, so it's not such a critical thing, to say the least. Do you attempt to sneak forward, or rather Fireblock attempts to sneak forward with his Pyro, and this is what he's going to see. Bit of a messy little lightning storm, basically. But lo and behold, they do manage to take out one Venom, and this Pyro actually manages to survive even, which is kind of amazing actually. These guys, I mean, Venoms are great and all, but really they're mostly just for stunning stuff. You really need something to follow up and actually deal the real damage. But as you can see, Venom's great for stunning stuff. It's just that Klon should have put in a few more redbacks with them as well actually, which he actually does over here, but it looks like they were a bit out of position. It looks like some air is requested by Princey. Seriously bro, yes, seriously. Yeah, it looks like I was a bit slow on the draw unfortunately, but what can you do? Where is the Carmon? They've only got a single bomber, and apparently I was focusing on the bottom right, probably building all up my wind gens. I'm not really too sure actually. But, oh okay, this is what I should be paying attention to, maybe the Crow. Well, going to be batting it away, as you do, and instead of going for the Crown, I'm just going to be going for my opponent's air sub, so we've got a nice little air battle happening, otherwise known as a clusterfuck, because as you can see we're, yeah, just got a mess of lasers and such coming through. Unfortunately I'm forced to back away, but I do manage to back away, or rather to get Klon's Crow to back away as well, and I've got air superiority too, so that's something to consider. I don't know what the hell my Hawk was doing there, but there you go, staying alive, keeping the Crow honest as it were, stopping him from doing too much damage, and also stopping him from basically overrunning and absolutely bombing the fuck out of our forces at the front here, especially since we've got a nice little strong point going on here with the Stinger. Could do with maybe an LLT or a Stardust or two, but what the hell. Gonna get a chainsaw, probably could do with a LLT in front of that at the very least, but what the hell, don't attack their clone, indeed. Try not to, old sports. Well, he's trying, God bless his heart, he is trying, and not only that, we've got a Big Bertha coming down for opponents. I believe it's going to be the first super weapon of the entire match, and our response to that is apparently going to be a Dante by Fireblock, because why not, eh? Apparently Burp's saying, what about the bottom? Well, he's got the bottom, he's not doing anything, so there you go. Bit of an odd spot for an advanced radar tower, but what the hell, I'm sure it'll do the trick. We also do have a Behemoth actually, of all things as well, actually coming in to do a bit of damage. And I suppose his positioning isn't that bad, and it's going to force back our units at the very least, actually. A massive amount of anglers for some odd reason. Hopefully he can keep them alive. Scallops unfortunately suffering quite a bit of damage, and yeah, these guys are going to be clumping up, and that's going to be easy pickings for the Behemoth, which seems to be having a bit of trouble in actually deciding what the fuck. How the hell did it manage to just do that? Really? I'm pretty sure it just fired 2 shots there, and then in a split second it fired 2 shots here. I'm pretty sure its turret does not rotate that quickly though. Wow, that's a bit of a bug I suppose. Yeah, well, whatever. So, it's the first time I've ever actually seen that bug really happening, so yeah, whatever. We'll keep an eye on it I guess, I think we should be alright. Got a Caretaker also just terraforming itself, just that it stays alive, and it's just going to be acting presumably as a bit of a forward repair point and yeah, repair point and reclaim point. Same thing for this Caretaker, which is behind a bit of terrain, so hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. It's just a couple of Caretakers there, but of course, you know, just in case, just going to be building up a little bit of a wall, because why not, me indicating some stuff there as well. And we actually got a funnel web of rain coming in. Now apparently some people are saying it's a bit underpowered compared to what it was before. Some people are saying it's not. Apparently in numbers, funnel webs can really be nasty, but singly and without supports they're not that much of a threat compared to what they were before. That being said though, I mean, they are meant to be a support strider after all, so they're not really meant to work on their own. fact, pretty much none of the Striders really are meant to work on their own. They technically all should be getting support, to say the least. In any case, I do manage to once again shoo away the Crow, but he did, according to the reload thing, he did manage to drop his cluster bombs, which is fucking Liberty, and did do a bit of damage. Actually took out a Stinger. Razor's still good to go, so it didn't actually do that much damage by the looks of things. It could be worse, I suppose. But unfortunately, I was forced back. My opponent does have his own cluster of Hawks in, and need to push now, indeed. No, actually, 6 still alive as well, which kind of sucks. But anyway, at the very least, we do have our own anti-air, and this thing can just barely aim at these workers. Thankfully, he cannot directly aim at the strong points here. This Big Bertha, on the other hand, once it's eventually done, is going to be able to aim at strong points, though, which is kind of sucky. I apparently noticed a screamer being made. Yep, apparently going to be made right here. What am I going to do? What are my allies going to do against it? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Apparently they're going to do a great job in destroying this Crab, and here we go. Here comes the Dante, so the Dante at the very least should be able to destroy the Screamer. Although if we wait a bit longer, actually, we'll be able to, well, we'll be able to let him waste more resources on this thing. It's not cheap at all. Very potent anti-air piece though, unless if it wastes its missiles on drones or something, which actually it might do, because we do have the funnel web right there, in fact. So there you have it. Actually, in fact, its drones should provide decent enough cover for my own planes. But lo and behold, I've only got air sub fighters. Don't actually have any bombers just yet. Pretty much just relying on my allies to provide the actual punch. And they seem to be doing a good job of that, actually. Very good use of the Dante, keeping him alive. And opponents, yeah, they don't have any Strider class units of their own. And they've decided to go for a slightly different strategy of super weapons instead. And yeah, as you can see, the Behemoth has managed to shoo away our forces, but these guys, they can still go around the red radius, as you can see, actually. So they can still flank. This thing, on the other hand, will be able to project quite a bit of a dead zone around it, basically. So that is something, I suppose. And the Bertha is alive as well, actually. In fact, what is its range going to be like? It can... Yep, it can pretty much reach everywhere on the map except the very corners. So yeah, that thing's going to be quite potent. In fact, we probably should try to aim at that thing first of our Striders, given the fact that we've actually got 2 funnel webs coming out now and a 3rd in production. And unfortunately Dante is going to get destroyed. I don't know why Firepluck is sending it forward like that, even me actually saying don't suicide. And really, that was entirely preventable. He could have sent it back, basically, to the protection of the funnel web, but he did not. And now this thing is going to be stunned for 14 seconds. It'll be a miracle if this thing can actually stay alive, but lo and behold, we do actually have a funnel web coming in, and his shields are now going to start overlapping it. The Infiltrator, on the other hand, has actually got 2 Infiltrators, so he can basically keep this thing perma-stunned. And he doesn't need to, because the Dante is destroyed. Cover me? No, indeed. Did not happen, unfortunately. But really, he sent it far too far forward without any actual support, and really, that's not too surprising what happens. So there you go. As for Moan Planes, they do eventually come in for the kill, taking out the Crow and getting into a massive air battle. I can see nothing but horrible blue beams of death as our air forces clash, and it looks like I managed to get the upper hand there as well. So huzzah, huzzah. Perhaps I might be overdoing the anti-air just a bit, but as you can see, we definitely do have a very solid air superiority as a result. And not only that, we've got our own Crow, and we don't have to worry about anti-air fighters coming in to destroy him, because as you can see, I've got air supremacy. So there you go, dead lobsters indeed. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, we've just gone pure Striders, pure mobile forces. There we go, we do have our own super weapon. Looks like we're going to be building Technics. Well, why not, I suppose. Why not indeed. Wow, not only that, we've even got bloody vehicles of all things being used, because why not? Just have a look at their movement. Actually, can they actually move on these bits? I think so. They're not purple. Kind of hard to tell, because this I think might be purple, this might not be. I don't think they can move up and down the cliffs though, that's the problem. And what the fuck just happened? Okay, that was weird. So if I... It's weird. Oh, okay, probably got destroyed. Yeah, it looks like it did actually. Well, in any case, we'll concentrate on the actual battles that are happening. We've got Hermits versus Scallops. I think you don't see it too often. Unfortunately, the missile silo was built a little bit too close to the enemy front lines. It does manage to launch a couple of nukes, so good for them, but yeah, way too far forward. Should have actually built a little wall around it, really, in hindsight, but yeah, indeed. Funnels, indeed. Sunnels. Yes, should I say funnels? Yeah, unfortunately the Hermits do manage to take out a missile silo, but we do manage to take out the Hermits, and all this is in our territory. All that reclaim belong to us, eh? Indeed. But, nope, here comes some fresh reinforcements. So Hermits spam, why not, eh? Actually, the Grizzly should be able to do a nice bit of damage if he can keep on kiting. Yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky though. He does have low health, he needs to get the hell out of there. Not really sure what they were using the Jin for. Probably as a mobile reinforcement point, I'm guessing. I wouldn't say they were destined to lose the game, because to be honest, they do still have... They got a Bertha there. Apparently their Behemoths are destroyed though, so sucks to be them, and I think the Bertha was destroyed as well. They've only got one Bertha there, and the other one is... Oh no, the other one's still alive. Well, there you go. And really, they can they can still definitely win. As you can see, we did manage to well, we did manage to push them a bit forward, but we're just not able to really hit them hard at home. I mean, we've been having a bit of back and forth action, struggling mostly for the middle portions, but we haven't really been able to do too much damage to their infrastructure there, so they're still indeed. So they've still definitely got a lot of fight in them left, basically, yeah, especially since actually no, wait a minute. Yeah, never mind, we've got the metal advantage. They've got the energy advantage, strangely enough, but we definitely do have a military advantage. They've still got loads of fight in them though. Yeah, we have to be somewhat careful in how we push forward. But looks like Firepluck doesn't really care about that. He's just gonna go straight into there. Takes out the Big Bertha, very nicely done in fact. And we've actually got a whole bunch of gnats coming in to try to stun this thing out. Actually, looks like they will succeed, but my follow-up of Hawks is... I mean, look at that. There's no competition there, we're just blasting the shit out of them in the sky. And yep, he does say help, and I do come there. So yep, dead lobsters indeed. But our opponents are going to try to build up a another Big Bertha, or maybe they're going to resign, it's all good. So yeah, they definitely did try. Apparently this is going to be dead. I respectfully disagree, to be honest, because it looks like we're whittling down their spiders, and I don't think they have any bombers or anything hidden coming in. Although, oh, actually, no, wait a minute, they do have their own scorpions, so I don't think it'll be able to take on 3 funnels at once there. I mean, 1 funnel, yes, but 3 funnels, nah, I don't think it's going to work out. We'll see what happens though. But yeah, we definitely do have things in the bag at the moment. In fact, it looks like I probably did a bit of a scout of my planes, I think, maybe. And yeah, looks like Klon coming in for another go. Why not? He bombs some stuff out. And here we go, here comes the Scorpion. He does manage to almost paralyze 2 funnel webs. The second one's at 50% paralysis, but yeah. I mean, this one does get temporarily paralyzed, but yeah, there's just too many drones and all that. The Scorpion, unfortunately, not being able to do anything. We do get some spiders following up, but really it's just not enough, unfortunately. So opponents' strategy for going for super weapons doesn't really seem to pan out, to say the least. It might have actually worked if they maybe went straight for some critical infrastructure of ours. I mean, such as, well, maybe not that, that's not even finished, but you know, factories, power plants, storages, and stuff like that, basically. I mean, here we even got 2 fusion reactors right next to each other, even, for God's sake. Would have made a perfect target for the Big Bertha, but nope, didn't happen. Did not happen at all, while we just basically went with air supremacy. To call it air superiority would be under exaggeration, in fact. So no, we went for pure air supremacy. My fighters presumably scattered the bases a few times, and our striders basically mopped up there. So very nicely done there, and I shall see you all in the next video.